The Star of Bethlehem, described in the Gospel of Matthew, is one of the most iconic symbols of Christmas and continues to intrigue scientists, historians, and theologians. According to the biblical narrative, this star guided the three wise men to the birthplace of Jesus in Bethlehem, yet its true nature remains a mystery. Was it a rare astronomical event or a divine sign? Various astronomical, theological, and supernatural theories attempt to unravel this enigma. Some scholars suggest that the Star of Bethlehem might have been a planetary alignment, such as the one that occurred between Jupiter and Saturn in 7 BC, creating an intense brightness in the sky. This event would have been significant enough to catch the attention of the wise men, who were astronomers of the time. Another popular theory is that the star was a comet, possibly Halley's Comet, which passed near Earth around the estimated time of Jesus' birth. However, Halley's recorded passage in 12 BC raises doubts about its direct connection to the biblical narrative. A stellar explosion, such as a supernova or nova, is also considered a possibility. This type of astronomical event could create an exceptionally bright point of light in the sky lasting weeks or even months, aligning with accounts of a visible and enduring phenomenon. For many, the Star of Bethlehem does not require a scientific explanation, as it is seen as a divine sign, a miracle sent by God to announce the birth of Jesus. This interpretation underscores its symbolic role, representing the light of Christ and hope for humanity. From this perspective, the star transcends scientific explanations, being a unique and supernatural event. Theological and supernatural theories about the Star of Bethlehem focus on its significance as a unique and miraculous event sent by God to announce the birth of Jesus. In this view, the star is not necessarily a common astronomical phenomenon but rather a divine manifestation with a clear purpose: to guide the wise men from the east to the Messiah. The star as a divine sign in Christian tradition, the star is seen as the fulfillment of biblical prophecies, such as Numbers 24:17. A star shall come forth from Jacob, a scepter shall rise from Israel. This interpretation positions the star as a deliberate element in the divine narrative, symbolizing the arrival of the Savior and the light he would bring to the world. The star also reinforces the connection between heaven and earth. For many theologians, the Star of Bethlehem is more than an astronomical phenomenon. It is a tangible manifestation of the divine plan. It is interpreted as a direct intervention by God to capture the attention not only of the Jewish people but also of foreign nations, symbolized by the wise men from the East. In doing so, the star proclaims that Jesus' message transcends cultural and religious boundaries, uniting all of humanity under a singular event of redemption. The wise men, being wise scholars and astronomers of their time, might have interpreted the star as a celestial sign of great importance. The precision with which the star guided them to Bethlehem suggests a miraculous intention, demonstrating God's power to use elements of creation to convey His will. This luminous guide not only points to a physical path but also invites a spiritual journey, encouraging men to follow a direction of faith and hope. Moreover, the star also carries a profound prophetic significance. It is often associated with the hope of a promised Savior, serving as a reminder of the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies. For early Christians, the Star of Bethlehem not only validated Jesus' mission but also marked the eternal plan of God to save humanity. This view of the star as a divine sign also emphasizes the inclusive nature of Jesus' birth. By attracting the wise men, representatives of diverse cultures and faiths, the star symbolizes that Christ's message is universal, meant for all peoples and nations. Thus, the Star of Bethlehem transcends its function as an astronomical guide to become a spiritual and theological emblem of hope, light, and unity. Possible angelic intervention. Another theological interpretation suggests that the star may not have been a physical object in the sky but rather a supernatural manifestation, possibly mediated by angels. In biblical tradition, angels frequently appear as messengers and guides during crucial moments in sacred history, such as the announcements to Mary, Joseph, and the shepherds on the night of Jesus' birth. Under this interpretation, the Star of Bethlehem would not merely be a celestial light but a direct manifestation of divine intervention. Angels, as spiritual beings acting according to God's will, might have taken the form of a luminous point to guide the wise men to the exact location of Christ's birth. This hypothesis reflects the idea that the star, more than a celestial body, is a spiritual phenomenon with a clear and divinely ordained purpose. Angels are often described as instruments of communication between God and humanity, and their participation in this event would not only reinforce the miraculous nature of the star, but also directly connect it to God's redemptive plan. Furthermore, the angelic presence could explain the extraordinary nature of the star, which seemed to move and guide with intentionality, something a common celestial body could not do. This interpretation also highlights the symbolic dimension of the star as a spiritual guide, capable of crossing the boundaries between the physical and the supernatural. For theologians, this event serves as a powerful reminder that God uses all elements of His creation, including celestial beings, to lead humanity toward redemption. Spiritual symbolism beyond its role as a guide, the Star of Bethlehem is rich in spiritual symbolism. It represents the light of Christ, illuminating humanity's path and offering direction in times of darkness. Its presence in the Nativity story reinforces the idea that Jesus' birth was an event that transcended the physical world, uniting heaven and earth in a divine celebration. The spiritual symbolism of the Star of Bethlehem goes beyond its function as a physical guide for the wise men. It is a profound emblem of the meaning of Christmas and Jesus' role in humanity's spiritual history. As a bright light in the night sky, the star carries rich symbolism of hope, revelation, and transformation. Light amidst darkness, the star is often interpreted as a symbol of divine light breaking through the world's darkness. It announces the birth of Jesus, seen by Christians as the light of the world. In a time of spiritual darkness and oppression, the star represents the dawn of a new era of salvation and renewal. This light is not merely physical but also spiritual, illuminating the path for humanity to find God. Spiritual guide in the biblical narrative, the star is not merely an astronomical phenomenon but a spiritual guide. It leads the wise men, symbolizing humanity's search for the divine. This journey of the sages is often seen as a parallel to the spiritual quest of all believers, who are called to follow the light of Christ in their lives, even when the path seems uncertain. Additionally, the star symbolizes unity among different cultures and peoples. The wise men, who came from distant lands, represent non-Jewish nations being drawn to the Messiah. Thus, the star does not illuminate only one people but humanity as a whole, signifying the universal impact of Christ's birth. A symbol of fulfilled promises in the context of Old Testament prophecies, the Star of Bethlehem plays a crucial role as a symbol of fulfilled promises. Passages such as Numbers 24:17, which mentions, "A star shall come forth from Jacob, a scepter shall rise from Israel," and Isaiah 9:2, "The people walking in darkness have seen a great light," directly connect the star to Israel's messianic hope. These prophecies, often referenced in sermons and biblical studies, point to the arrival of a Savior who would bring redemption not only to the Jews but to all humanity. The star acts as a marker of divine faithfulness. For believers, it is the visual confirmation that God fulfills His promises made throughout the centuries. By illuminating the wise men's path to Jesus, it symbolizes the realization of God's redemptive plan, promised since ancient times. In this sense, the star transcends its guiding function and becomes a tangible manifestation of divine love and constancy. Furthermore, the star's role as a symbol of fulfilled promises reflects the universal dimension of Christ's birth. By attracting the wise men from the East, it demonstrates that God's promises are not limited to one people or culture but encompass all creation. The star, therefore, serves as a reminder that Christmas celebrates not only the fulfillment of prophecies but also the inclusion of all in the divine covenant. Call to introspection spiritually, the star also invites introspection. Just as the wise men followed the star on a physical and spiritual journey, it challenges us to seek direction and meaning in our own lives. It serves as a reminder that Christmas is not merely a historical event but a moment to reflect on our connection with the divine and with one another. The enduring light even centuries later, the Star of Bethlehem remains a timeless symbol. In Christmas decorations, sermons, and carols, it continues to inspire awe and hope. As a spiritual beacon, It points to the true meaning of Christmas: love, redemption, and light that transcends the darkness of the world. The brilliance of this star is not confined to its physical appearance but is present in its ability to unite heaven and earth, bringing meaning and illumination in uncertain times. It stands as a lasting reminder of the transformative power of faith and the universal impact of Christ's birth. More than a decorative element or an astronomical phenomenon, the Star of Bethlehem is an invitation to introspection. It challenges us to seek the deeper meaning of Christmas, hope, love, and redemption. Its story, passed down through generations, continues to illuminate not only the skies but also hearts, strengthening spiritual bonds and fostering unity. The Star of Bethlehem did not merely mark the path for the wise men. It continues to mark the way for millions around the world, pointing to values that transcend time and inviting all to seek the light amidst darkness. Supernatural implications. For proponents of the supernatural view, the Star of Bethlehem serves as a reminder of the mystery of Christian faith, where not everything needs to be explained by science. In this context, the star is not just a point of light in the sky but a testament to God's direct involvement in human history, marking the beginning of a new spiritual era. In summary, theological and supernatural theories reinforce the central role of the star as a symbol of hope, revelation, and the miracle of Christmas itself. Even without a definitive scientific explanation, its spiritual impact remains timeless, inspiring faith and admiration in generations of believers. The supernatural implications of the Star of Bethlehem strengthen its interpretation as a unique and divine event, transcending scientific explanations. For many theologians, the star is seen as a direct manifestation of God's power, created specifically to announce Jesus' birth and guide the wise men. Some suggest that the star might have been an angelic intervention, as angels frequently act as divine guides and messengers in the Bible. In this context, the star would not be an ordinary celestial body but a spiritual phenomenon designed to fulfill a greater purpose. Furthermore, the Star of Bethlehem symbolizes God's direct involvement in human history, marking a moment of spiritual transformation. Its appearance is a testament to the mystery of faith, reminding us that Christmas is not just a historical event but also a supernatural miracle that transcends the physical world. A universal phenomenon regardless of its nature, the Star of Bethlehem is a powerful symbol of Christmas, uniting science, faith, and mystery. Whether viewed as a rare astronomical event or a divine sign, it continues to capture the imagination of people worldwide, reminding us of the fascination that the starry sky has evoked in humanity for millennia. The Star of Bethlehem is a universal phenomenon because it transcends cultures, religions, and eras, uniting science, faith, and mystery. Whether seen as an astronomical event or a supernatural manifestation, it symbolizes hope, light, and the search for the divine, values that resonate globally. As a celestial guide for the wise men or a spiritual manifestation, the star represents the connection between heaven and earth, inspiring reflection and admiration. Its story lives on in popular culture, science, and theology, reminding us of the power of universal symbols to connect people and ideas throughout time.